thing that I wanted to talk about before I got sidetracked was anime stuff. And more anime stuff. Said the thing about really only watching some Anime Freak, and I used to watch only. I was like way back then. I only saw like some anime episodes on YouTube. Like, fuck. You remember? Like, it was 2 summers ago. Like 2 summers ago, I was so bored. Like, it wasn't even 2 summers ago. It was 3 summers ago. It was when yeah, it was 3 summers ago. Oh god, still can't believe I actually did that. But that was when. It was kind of around the time when I really only discovered watching anime on the internet, and how I really got into it. Because as I said before, like, the only like back when I was like in 6th grade, when I really like had the big discovery of watching anime on the internet or whatever. Like, the only anime on the internet that I really even watched was like Naruto. Even that time, there was even times where I watched Bleach, like back then. But some years ago, I think it was 3, because I remember it was when I was going to 9th grade that summer. Something that I did. Can you believe it? Sometimes I still can't believe I did it. I watched, like, that was when, at that time, the speakers for the computer wasn't working. Like even if I even had like earphones or anything like that. So it was like, if something was happening, I would hear it in like complete silence, you know. But I watched every single episode of Sailor Moon. Japanese dub with English subtitles, with no sound or anything. Watched every single episode in complete silence. Oh god. Sometimes I just think about it and I'm like, are you daft? It's like, that was like a long while back when I watched it, so it's like, I can't even tell you any Sailor Moon information, because it's like, I can even remember, it was like, when I was going into preschool, when I was in preschool, it was like, you know, like preschool is like, you wake up in the morning, and before you go, I don't even know, I wouldn't even say that was when I was in preschool. It was like when I was in elementary school, like I was in kindergarten or something like that. It's like when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I would do is just tear it on the TV and watch what was on there. And like on one channel, I think there was like Dragon Tales, but I never watched Dragon Tales. I know that a lot of people my age watched it, but I never watched Dragon Tales, and I really got into it. You know, the only like kid shows that I really even got into are like stuff on like Nick Jr. and like Disney for Kids kind of thing, where it's like stuff where it's like Little Bear or Franklin or Bear in the Big Blue House, Out of the Box. Oh my god, stuff like that. It was just amazing, you know. But when I was a little kid, when I wake up every morning, at the time, you had to, it was in the morning, so remember what was on TV. But like every morning, I would watch Sailor Moon on TV, bro. Like seriously, this is really crazy, you know. And years later, I'd watch every episode with no sound on the fucking internet. Just watching, just like I don't know, just doing that, and the only real sense that really gave me what's going on was like actually watching what was going on, and reading the subtitles. So it was kind of weird at first, but like at the time, it was really weird. But I got used to watching the screen and reading the subtitles at the same time. You know, I got to a point where it wasn't hard for me to do that. You know, and I think that's also the point where it's like I talked to some friends about. I told them about how I prefer Japanese dub over English dub. Like I watch Japanese dub with English subtitles, and it's like you said that Black Butler had fast talking or whatever, and it's like when I first heard him saying that, I was like, oh, okay. He's like, I'll try to watch out when I do watch Japanese stuff, and it's like I hung over at one friend's place. It was like this club meeting, or like not a club meeting, what I'm talking about. It was like those people in the anime club just hanging out, you know. And it's like I arrived late because my dad showed up late, like later than you should have. Like he was supposed to arrive at like 4 or something like that. I think he arrived at 4 because I think it was like a Friday or something like that. But not. It wasn't a Friday. It was on a weekend. Yeah, I remember because that was when we got the yeah, the reason why he was late was because we had the shingles placed, and he took a movie. Hey, he took them away. That was why he was late. I was so mad. It was like I was the last one to show up, and they were watching Black Butler in English. You know, started watching it. It's like I think like that day, like a couple of days afterward, I started watching Black Butler. It's like I like the English dub for it. I really did. It's like, but of course, like same thing. It's like you can't like everything 100%. You know, it's like there are certain things you pick out where it's like with English dub, it's like there were voices that I love. There were voices that I liked. It's like in general with like any recent anime or whatever, like with English dub, there are no voices that I love. There just aren't voices that I love. They're only voices that I like and dislike. They're voices that I'm kind of, you know, but it's mainly either like or dislike, you know. I even, oh shit, I even remember like talking to this one person, this one friend I know, was just on the bus, just talking and saying that, talking about Butler, remembering they had like a Grell Sutcliffe badge and backpack. I said, Grell. And had like a small talk conversation about what gender Grell is. Like I said that Grell was a dude. The person I was talking to said that Grell is a she, stuff like that. Saying that Grell uses female verbs, stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. You know, and it's like I'm just saying, like, Grell's a cross-dresser. Like, Grell is not a female. Grell is just a dude who acts like one. You know? It's like, I even, like, I looked it up on the wiki, and it's like, oh yeah, another thing about wiki before I get any people saying shit about it, you know? It's like, I don't talk about Wikipedia, because, like, I'm talking about, like, the Black Butler wiki, you know? Kuroshitsuji wiki. Wikia.com, I think it is. I don't remember. It's like, for anything that's like, certain name.wikia.com or whatever, you know? And this is really stupid, you know? It's like having a conversation like that. It's like, I even looked it up and it said that Grell's a male, you know? Like, before people talking, like, Wikipedia is the one you watch out for, the one that has, like, bullshit editorial, which is random edited stuff. But when you actually have a wiki for a specific topic or a specific site, like, say, like, a wiki for, like, an anime, for prime example, but the information on there, I find, like, Wikipedia information not very reliable. But when it's like an anime wiki, I find it very reliable. Information in there, if not completely accurate, I would say around, from what I've seen, I would say at least 95% accurate, you know, because there's some information that is subject to change, you know, as more information is released in the anime, more stuff is put out there and found out, you know. Oh my god, I remember having, I remember like a year ago doing some, I was like talking about like people saying like blah blah blah, saying like Avenged Sevenfold is not a metal band, like blah blah blah, crap like that. It pissed me off a lot, you know. I was talking to this one dude and I even said him like, Google says that Avenged Sevenfold, like, he posted me a link to this one thing where it says that it was on fucking Yahoo Answers, where this one person says that Avenged Sevenfold is not a metal band, that it's like a hard rock band, and that annoyed me, you know, because like you have other metal bands, and it's like, and that's one thing that annoys me with a lot of music, especially any like type of hard rock or metal music like that. Because with stuff like music like that, the so-called fans are really the only people who talk crap about other musicians. You know, when it comes to the musicians themselves, they actually, for the most part, respect each other. They respect each other's talent and they respect each other's music, but they don't really talk shit or talk crap about each other. The only people who do are the so-called fans who at least claim that they listen to the music. You know, they might say certain band sucks, or certain fan became a poser at some point, or whatever, or certain band is not this, or like saying like this is real metal, or this is real rock, or saying like certain drummers like the worst drummer ever, and just stuff like that is just really stupid. And it's like I posted something saying that Google says that say that Avenged Sevenfold is a heavy metal band, and he says that it's just the best guess. Well, fucker, it says best guess because it has sites that list and say that the band is that genre. You know, that's why it says best guess, because sites say that the band is that genre. You fucking idiot. Tired of people sometimes. It was like the thing that really annoyed me was like back then, it was like an argument on Facebook status or whatever, because I posted status and it was like the only reason why people kept on going was like they kept on going for my reaction about it. Like, despite what I'm saying now, like if they talk to me about it now, I'd just be like, what the fuck ever, you know. And it's like, your loss. It's like everyone has their own opinions. I like this band, you don't like it, you can fuck off. Your opinion isn't valid. You know, that kind of thing. It was like, what was even more annoying was the guy who was telling me this crap doesn't even listen to like rock or metal music at all to begin with. You know, he was just getting random shit off the internet, like random information on stuff that he has absolutely zero knowledge about. And he got the information, and he got his answer from like Yahoo Answers. You know, really stupid. But whatever. You know, first I started this video talking about anime, then I go off on another tangent as usual, as I always do. Whatever. But the thing with like certain animes, it's like, it's not that I don't like English dub anime, it's just that there are certain dubs that I don't like. And when I say certain dubs, I mean most dubs. To be honest, like, I had to say that. I just had to say that. It's like, I'm not hating on English dub. It's just that when I hear English dubs, like, more likely than not, I'm not gonna like it. You know, more than likely, I'm not going to like it. Okay. Because the only dubs off the top of my head that I can think of that are even like ones that I mentioned before, like Dragon Ball Z, like classic animes like that. But it's like even more recent anime. It's like, I like the Death Note English dub. I like Code Geass English dub. Black Butler English dub, I have mixed feelings about, because there are characters that I like and there are characters that I don't like. Naruto English dub, I hate it. Bleach English dub rubs me the wrong way. You know? Because like, they have Johnny Young Bosch voice Ichigo, and it's like, that's one reason why I prefer Japanese dub over English dub, because like with Japanese dub, it's like the voice actors and their voice, it matches, like their voices actually match the characters, you know, actually match them better. I feel like when they say their lines, their full intention, full emotion gets out of it. I feel like when I'm hearing it in English, more than likely, I feel like what they're saying comes across as fake, you know, that like what they're saying, like what they're doing, stuff like that, it feels like fake. It doesn't feel real at all. Like, it feels like, to me personally, it feels like every line that they're saying is forced, and that just bothers me so much. It's just, it's one reason, like, when it's like, after I keep watching it for a while, like, the more annoyed I get at it, you know? And that's just a personal feeling, because, like, hey, everyone has their own personal opinions, you know, about it, and stuff like that. It's like, I don't like most English dubs. Like, when adding on to the list of dubs I listened before, that I like the Durarara dub, but I don't like Italia dub. Oh jeez, Italia's crazy, man. It's like easily one of the funniest things I've ever watched. But I watched it in Japanese dub. I tried watching it in English dub. I got annoyed. Oh jeez. And I guess that's the thing with it, because like in the English dub, it's like they have the accents for each characters, and every character sounds different. But like at the same time, the accents that make the characters different is what annoyed me, you know? Because it's like it's supposed to be funny, but the accents are over dramatic, you know? And it's like someone who speaks that accent in real life would speak like this, and how they would say it would be like 100 times more that. So ridiculous that it's like, I guess some people find it fucking hilarious, but personally to me, like, it annoyed me. And I guess the whole accent thing, whole accent thing is lost in the speaking in the thing with it being in Japanese. You know, you can't really hear that accent, but at the same time, every character's voice is specific to them, and their lines are spoken in different ways, like, you know, different type of voices, to where you can still kind of get, like, you don't really get the full effect of the accent, but you still have it there, you know? You don't get the full effect of it, but you get an effect of it, you know? Where it's like, every character sounds different, like, although they are all speaking the same language, and they don't exactly have the accent, like, no two characters sound the same, you know? It's like even some crazy shit happens, like watching it in Japanese, where it's like Japan is speaking to Greece, and Greece says that, okay, Japan, I learned some Japanese. It's like, and Japan's like, oh really? Let me hear it. And I'm just like, you're already speaking Japanese, both of you are. But it's like, it's anime logic. You can't really complain about it, you know? Like, anime like that is already crazy and shit to begin with, you know? Like, you can't really complain. But I find a reason to complain about everything. That's just how I am, I guess. But I don't pick at things to death, you know? It's like, if I don't like it, I leave it alone. You know? Shooting stuff like that. See, speaking about crazy anime I watch, was like, besides the whole thing, how I watch Sailor Moon kind of thing, I also watch Lucky Star, and one of my friends, Jamie, told me, like, she got me to watch, like, she got me to watch Panty and Stocking with Garter Bell. Oh my god, that anime. Crazy, like, it gets funny to watch, and it's vulgar, humorous, it's funny, I guess, but, like, before she showed me the first episode, so like, I was over the place, and she showed me, like, some reviews for it on this one website, and it's like, one review, I think it was like, gave the show like a 5 or a 6 or something like that, and they said that the show was like entertaining to watch. They said that at the same time it doesn't really have a real story to it, and I told her that after I finished watching it, you know, I said that the show is really funny to watch, but there are like so many moments where it's like, what the fuck is going on? And it's like some things just seems really out of place, and it just seemed really over the top, you know? And there are a lot of what the fuck factors in the show. It's like, in Japanese, like, there's talking Japanese, and it's like, out of nowhere, like, Penny would just say, what the fuck? It would sound weird when she would say it, like, with their, like, Japanese accent. It's like, crazy shit, bro, you know? But I said that besides that, the anime is really, like, in some respects it can be cute, I guess, in some respects, and I use that loosely, and it's a stretch. I'll leave you to say whatever you will for that, but I will not. But all the crazy stuff in the anime, my favorite character is easily Chuck. Chuck is so fucking awesome. He's like, he looks like Gur from Invader Zim. It's like with Gur's like little dog caution kind of thing. It's like Chuck is like really funny. He's like, he just chews on thing, and he like humps some stuff, and he like shits everywhere. It's really crazy. I feel like, but as I said before, like patting yourself on guard about really entertaining stuff I'm watching. It can be cute, kind of, in some respects, but at the same time, like, overall, I don't feel like it really has, like, story structure in any respect, though. The other animation I'm gonna watch, Black Rock Shooter. And I'm gonna pick up what I said, like, in an earlier video. I said that One Piece is the only anime that make me cry. It's like I forgot, like, two animes made me cry: One Piece and Black Rock Shooter. Oh my god, Black Rock Shooter. I cried during that one. It was a short anime, but I cried during it, you know? And it's like I watched the OVA and I watched the anime. Like, I watched the OVA before the anime. It's like she talked, like, James on Tribal, saying, like, you're not supposed to watch the OVA before the anime, but she didn't know the OVA came up before the anime, and that it's basically like a separate universe kind of thing. Where it's like, if you both have, like, the same starting out story, like, in a way, but at the same time, two completely different universes, so it's like they're not even connected at all, really. But man, Black Rock Shooter, I was in tears by the end of that one. I feel like I like the ending for it, but I think the ending could have been a little bit better, you know? And it's like, I think the thing that, I can't even remember the characters' names now. It makes me so mad. I watched it a couple months ago. You know? It makes me mad I can't remember the names now. But it's like, I really love watching it. And, like, one thing that, one thing that really got to me was, like, the thing with, like, going friends and, like, friends, like, feeling, like, betrayed and left behind, and, you know, like, certain friends are just, like, abandoning you and replacing you and just stuff like that. I guess that's kind of why it spoke to me, because, like, that's really the way I've been feeling. It's kind of like a big feeling that I've been having for, like, the past couple months, and just stuff like that, you know. But it's whatever, it's over now. But I think that was one reason why it really spoke to me, you know. And it's like, I feel like whenever you watch anything like an anime, a TV show, whatever, but much like an anime, it's like I see a character who I feel, or see a sort of situation where I feel connected to, you know, where I can actually connect with the characters, you know, I actually care about them, you know. And then when it's something like that, you can really enjoy the story and get into it more, you know. And that's one thing with Black Rock Shooter that I had. Like, Black Rock Shooter, the main characters were very easy to connect with, you know, very easy to connect with. Like, the only thing that really annoyed me about watching the anime was that the whole art style and drawing style, I think that, pretty sure it's two different artists, pretty sure, but the art style of the OVA, in my opinion, is a lot better than the art style of the actual anime, you know? That's just my opinion, as I've stated over 9,000 times. Just, I don't know what to do with myself anymore. Speaking of shit. But hey, I know that next to nobody will see this video, but at the same time, it's like, hey, if you see the video, I just want to hear, like, your thoughts and opinions and stuff like that, and say, like, what's your favorite anime? You know? Just tell me that. It's like, there are a lot of, like, personal favorites that I have, like, stuff I've been seeing recently, and honestly, I can say that Black Rock Shooter is, like, kind of up there now. in my art here, I love the thing with the rainbow bird thing. But love Yu Yu Hakusho. But my favorite anime will always be Dragon Ball Z. I will say I was one of those people who saw Dragon Ball Z before Dragon Ball. It was like, it's not even that I watched Dragon Ball Z before Dragon Ball. It's like, with Dragon Ball, I watched it to a certain point, you know, but I didn't get to the part with, like, when I first watched it, I didn't get to the part with King Piccolo, you know. So it's like, one of the, like, highlights of my Dragon Ball memory is like the World Tournament, the whole thing with the Red Ribbon Army. I don't think I got to the part with Fortune Teller Baba either. I think the thing with, like, when Goku defeated the Red Ribbon Army or something like that. Like, I don't even remember seeing it really. The thing of, like, Goku being the Red Ribbon Army, I think that was the first time I finished. Well, last time I saw it, the first time I saw it. After that, I saw Dragon Ball Z. So I was one of those people who were, like, in the dark about, why are Goku and Piccolo enemies? You know what's going on? Just stuff like that, you know. And after that, it was a while until I actually saw GT. Like, I had to go online to finish watching GT, you know? And it's like, I don't know. Like, general opinions about the Dragon Ball series is on Dragon Ball, like, it's action packed. It's all about martial arts, and it's fucking hilarious. Dragon Ball Z, super powered, everything. Everyone fucking loves it, but the whole martial arts thing goes out of the window. It's all about, like, fighting in, like, cheap powers. At the same time, it's so fucking awesome that everyone loves it. And Dragon Ball GT was kind of meh. It's like, there are people who say that GT should never even existed. But it's like, my opinion, like, personally, I don't really have anything against GT. Like, GT pales in comparison to Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, but at the same time, I feel like the thing with GT is, like, I shouldn't be surprised with how it turned out, because, like, with two co-creators, and only one of them wanted to keep the series going, you know, while the other one wanted Dragon Ball Z to be the end of it. And you see my arm moving, I'm actually scratching my leg at the back of my knee right now. It's like really crazy kind of stuff, you know. But it's like, personally, like, I love watching Dragon Ball. I really do. This stuff of, like, just seeing like stuff in, like, Goku is growing up with Krillin and they were being with Master Roshi and all this stuff is, like, funny stuff with, like, Long and MOAR and Yamcha and Bulma and, oh my god, Launch. Crazy business. Like, oh yeah, and speaking of Launch, it's like really crazy thing. It's like, Launch is, like, such, like, a big character, like, in Dragon Ball, and then, like, I wouldn't say a big character, but, like, one of the big side characters. But it's like, in Dragon Ball Z, they, like, completely, like, forgot about her. Like, they didn't even put her in there, like, at all. It's like, the only time you really even see Launch in Dragon Z is, like, when Goku is using the Spirit Bomb against Kid Buu, and the people, like, get their hands in the air, giving him energy and stuff like that. One of the parts, like, you see Launch. You know, that's like the only time you see her in Dragon Ball Z. I think so, I'm pretty sure. But it's crazy. But it's like, just watching Dragon Ball, like, it kind of gives me a warm feeling, you know? And sometimes I really start understanding, it's really sad, but I really start understanding just how often Krillin dies, you know? It's crazy. And it gets to a certain point where, it's like in the anime, like, it would reach a certain point where, like, Krillin becomes, like, eventually becomes, like, the strongest human, and then that changes when, like, Goop comes around, which is, like, reincarnation of the evil Majin Buu. But it's, like, really hard to, like, even say that he's the strongest human because he's reincarnation of Buu, you know? Not like a regular human, you know? Boo then becomes the strongest human, but stuff like that is just really crazy, you know? I don't know. And Dragon Ball gives me a warm feeling inside. Dragon Ball Z, oh, I fucking love watching it, like, every time. But when I watch it, it has to be Funimation dub. Like, it has to be Funimation dub. Like, the only time I would even accept Ocean dub is, like, in the beginning episodes. Because that's pretty much how it's, like, always been. I feel like when it showed up on TV and people were watching it on the internet, it was like, when you first watch it, it says, it's like, with Z, it starts out as, like, they have, like, the different cast of people voicing the characters, and they would have that same cast of people voice the characters until, like, some part in the Namek saga. I think around the part with, like, Captain Ginyu and Frieza and stuff like that, somewhere around that point, you know? I think the exact episode is, like, I don't remember the exact episode, but I think it was when you're fighting Ginyu Squad, like Birder, Chiss, and Raccoon. I think around that point, you know? And it's like it's really kind of weird because, like, certain voices are better for certain people, but overall Funimation dub is better. Like, I don't even care if you have an opinion or whatever. I'm gonna say Funimation dub is better. I'm just gonna say that and stick it, you know? And ugh, it's crazy. And it's, like, really weird. And it's like, there was even, like, people, like, I've seen, like, people arguing, debating over, like, why they had certain people voice certain characters at certain points. And I even remember some people trying to make the argument saying that they had this one dude voice Goku at the beginning of Z instead of Sean Shell because, like, Goku was younger and stuff like that. His characters were younger, and they changed the voice actors when they got older. But that point is invalid, you know, because Funimation, like, dubbed Dragon Ball, you know. It was like Sean Schemmel voiced Goku when he was at the end of Dragon Ball, you know, when he was, like, at the World Tournament, like, fighting Chi-Chi, and they went off and, like, and he beat like the current Piccolo in the World Martial Arts Tournament, and they went off and had to go on or whatever. Like, at that point, Sean Schemmel was voicing Goku, and all the other Funimation voice characters were voicing those characters in Dragon Ball. So just the assumption, the point trying to make that they voiced those characters because they were younger is completely invalid, you know? But, rambling, going off on tangents again, as I always do. Fuck. Yeah. but I don't know. Whatever. But I like Funimation dub. I've said that enough, but I will say it again. Dragon Ball makes people one side. I love Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball GT. I don't really mind it. I feel like it's meh. It's like I kind of like it, but at the same time, it's just a feel for it when you watch it. It's just boring, you know. It's like, oh my God, he turns into Super Saiyan 4. Oh my God, Super Saiyan 4 all of a sudden became useless, just like what happened in the original Super Saiyan. Oh my God, oh, Super Saiyans are so rare. Goku's like first Super Saiyan in like 1,000 years. All of a sudden, Super Saiyans are popping up left, right, and center. And then there's like Ascended Saiyans and Super Saiyan 2 and children, like 8-year-old children are running around as Super Saiyans, and there's Super Saiyan 3 and stuff like that. And as the story progressed, like each stage Super Saiyan quickly gets less powerful and just completely useless. It's like not, and I will say now, like the whole like people debating on like saying oh Super Saiyan 3 Goku or Mr. Gohan. That's another thing I can't. I don't understand where the whole Mystic name came from. I never get it. Just like a random fan name, I guess. But Gohan stronger than Goku. Like at that point, when Gohan gets like the Elder Kai unlocked release, as you would see it in some of the earlier Dragon Ball Z games, like in Budokai 3 or something like that. But Gohan at that point is stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But who would win in a fight? I would say Goku would win in a fight. You know, like you might like earning that they're like a lot of people say different things, but some people might say like, if you say Gohan is stronger than Goku, why do you think Goku will win in a fight? Well, Goku is more experienced. He's a lot more experienced fighter, and sometimes experience goes a lot further than strength, actually. And when it comes, like Gohan, like at that point, stronger than Goku. When it comes down to it, Goku's a much better fighter. You know. But yes, that's just how I feel. But I've gone and rambled on too much about this shit. See you mofos later. Have a good night.